Hello everyone! Welcome to my studio. My name is Brugel, and I have a passion for drawing comic books. I'm going to be walking you through the next issue that I'm working on, which is called Tonight the Stars Revolt. But I just figured I'd take a moment and tell you that this time, next week, I'll be smack dab in the middle of IX9, a LuxCon. And it is the largest gathering of fantasy artists working in traditional medium, which is painting, drawing, sculpting. So I'm really, really excited. It's my third year attending. It's my second year in the Artist Showcase, which happens on Friday and Saturday nights. And I am super excited. If you've been following me this year, you have heard me talk about this event over and over again, because the first 8 months of this year, I worked on 45 drawings for a series called The Women of the Woods. And I took 30 of those drawings, matted them, boarded them, bagged them, and then I framed 11 of them. I built a nice booth, 6x4, it's probably about to the ceiling for my work. So I'm really, really excited about it. And I'm doing a talk called Periscope Up, 2 o'clock on Friday at LuxCon in room 322. And it's going to be about doing this, which is going live from your studio. So I've been doing this since January with Periscope, and I believe somewhere beginning the summer I started doing it on Facebook too. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing my experience for that, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So I've got like 5 days to get through. So I have to keep working, and that's what this is all about. So let's jump into the walkthrough of Tonight the Stars Revolt. And here we go. This is a printout, and then I bound it all together. And the drawing is complete for the cover. The story is a 1952 pulp prose from Planet Stories written by a gentleman by the name of Gardner F. Fox. I'm working on 6 of these comic book issues, completely devoted to Gardner F. Fox's Planet Story pulp work, and some of his comic book work as well. So very prolific writer. Google him. Oh, there's a lot there. So I finished a day or two ago the double page spread, which originally appeared in the book. So this is all just sort of a photo mock-up. The story is 23 pages long, and I'm going to put an additional 2, if not 3, illustrations to it. So I'm pretty excited. I'm actually going to do a little thumbnailing in just a moment. So 23 pages of this great story. It's about a fellow by the name of Red Angus, and he's basically fighting against the system to free his love interest named Moana, who's a high priestess. And oh gosh, it's Sword and Planet, but more sword and sorcery. The technological thing comes in sort of here's and there's, but this thing just rings more like a sword and sorcery. It changed the scientists into wizards. It's got a monarchy and control people, suppressed. You know, it's so awesome. And then yesterday I started doing the fleshing out of Crom the Barbarian's second story, which I'm tentatively calling Submit to the Amazons. I don't know about that, but it is definitely a 7-pager about Crom running into some Amazon warrior maidens. So I fleshed out some of the dialogue, and pretty happy with it. had a friend of mine who was going to start doing some editing for me give a suggestion of doing it all in past tense, which I think is a great idea because it's going to give it a more kind of telling of tales attitude. So yeah. So this book will probably be 36 pages. The last one was Sword of the Seven Suns. I'm in contact with the printer. The printer has told me that while I'm at a LuxCon, that Friday, the 21st, the books will be coming in shipment-wise. So that following Monday, immediately, I will be mailing out and getting my pre-orders to those who so graciously did pre-order the book. So thank you so very much. Really excited to seeing these copies. And of course, I'll be here on live talking about them and stuff. So before I get to LuxCon, I want to get as many of the pencils done, which at this point, I need to get some thumbnails for the story. Now, my practice I take on is from the Golden Age, where Howard Pyle, N.C. Wyeth, those Golden Age masters, they wanted to contribute the illustration as if it was a page being inserted to the story. So instead of picking out a passage in the story and then giving an illustration, they really wanted to contribute their art as if it was another written page. So I'm going to try something here. I was thinking about this. This is like 23 pages. I'm going to jump in 5 pages and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to read this last paragraph and the first paragraph on the second. And we're going to come up with some idea here, all right? They went down into the pool and stood in the strange space where there was only blackness, unrelieved by light. It was cold. Faintly, Angus could hear what he thought was music. Will yourself ahead, he heard a musical voice whisper. He floated effortlessly. Where are we? He wondered out loud. So that is a really good spot to add a illustration, I have to say. It was actually in my mind since reading this story over and over again. So these scientists, wizards basically, are held up in a citadel, and they're not allowed to leave, and they're just supposed to do their scientist stuff, invent technology and such and such and such. And the monarchy that controls the land, the planet, will not let them out. So Red Angus ends up being a part of a coup to try to usurp the throne from the Hierarch, is what his name is. So the wizards, but then the Hierarch catches him. You know, it's just this topsy-turvy thing and everything. So Red Angus as a pirate, yeah. So the immediate thing is that I'm thinking something to the extent of stepping into the darkness, this black pool of stuff. And of course, Red Angus is a little weary of doing that. And then I'll put another one back here. So these black pools have these really cool motifs in the story. I think is really neat. But yeah, just thumbnailing out here. Nothing too detailed or crazy. I really want this whole thing to be very dark and black. Um, and then I'm going to make a note on whether I should add Moana to it. I'm just going to say add Moana question mark. And that just gets the ball rolling for me in conceptualizing something in the way of an illustration for this book. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to jump 5 pages. And so this was page 5. Yep. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. All right. Thordad smiled, turned on a heel, strode off into the darkness of an alley. Angus went on, eyes gleaming up at the hulk of the ship. He heard the wind whistling in the rooftops and across the flat stretch of the square. With eyes and ears already occupied, he did not hear the sobbed cry Thordad managed as a hand closed on his throat. Nor did he see the dagger dripping crimson in the hand of the man with the zigzag star, rising to fall again and again in Thordad's body. Angus went across the gangplank into the curved port. He pressed a stud and the door slid into place. Light sprang to full illumination, revealing shimmering metal beams and cross braces, glittering crimson floor, and long banks of control panels. Glowing tubes, slowly warming, flooded the gigantic room with a soft blue color. So, another really good placement in the story for an illustration. I always just go with the first thing that comes to my mind, and then I can always and I'm just gonna go spaceship, Red Angus getting on, and this is going to be the man with the zigzag scar. Do, you know, something. It's going to be heavy silhouette. And the unfortunately demise Thordad. And I'll make a high dagger here. Once again, some deep shadows. And yeah, there you have it. So nothing too fancy. I could put down here, reminder, dead Thordad, man with zigzag scar, and Angus enters ship. All right, so I'm going to do a couple more, and a little later, as well as today, I'm going to start laying out the 7 pages of Crom, the Barbarian, submit to the Amazon story. So, with that being said, I'll flip the camera back around. There we go. All right. Well, so thanks for checking in with me. I do this very, very often throughout the day, anywhere from morning, noon, or night. So please follow me, and you know, I give out notifications somewhere around 30 minutes before I go live. And if you miss it, then you can always do the replay later. So as I said, this time next week, Saturday the 22nd, I'll be smack dab in the middle of IX9 number 9. And I just cannot wait. It is going to be an awesome time. I will be there from Thursday to Sunday. So if anybody happens to be out there, let's get a drink. Let's talk shop. All right. So thanks again. And I'm going to leave a link in the comments to the IXCon.com website and leave everything there. So I am Kurt Brugel. I have a passion for drawing comic books. I do this ever so often, let you peek into my studio, see what I'm working on, ask questions, ultimately be inspired. So thanks so much for sticking around and checking things out. And we'll see you again, probably right before IXCon. I'll be pumping on. But all right, thanks again. Bye-bye.